My name is François. I work as a concept artist and motion designer. My pseudonym is Friendly Robot, and I'm a self-taught artist. I start my career as a self-taught. I did no school. You know? I start by drawing. I draw since I'm a kid. And yes, I start drawing, and near the high school, I left school when I was 18, and I start learning some CG software from scratch, just as a self-taught artist. And it began with Cinema 4D, for instance. So I draw since I'm a kid, so I started just to sketch a lot of things during my, when I was a kid and a teenager. When I left school, I learned CG software. So I was in this kind of industry in motion design just because I know some CG softwares, and I work in motion design for maybe 5 or 6 years. But after this, I just felt a bit empty about motion design personally, and I just would just change something and explore more. And for this, I just get back to drawing, and I start to work in concept art. But I didn't forget my 3D software experience. So now I mix both, and I work this way with CG and 2D concept art mixed. But yep, I work in motion design for 4 years, but now I decided to change and to be closer than I really like. And I discovered that I really like is more art direction, stage up a scene, setting up a tone, atmosphere, than working really in the fabrication of it, really in the animation. I prefer cinematographic still frame than animation, but I did both. Now I'm more inclined to work as a concept artist. Okay, just because I think I work very hard every day, and in this way I can just compare myself to a robot, but at the same time everybody says that I'm friendly, so I choose the pseudonym Friendly Robot. My inspiration comes from mostly the science fiction, a lot of film, a lot of animated film from Japanese science fiction, and also the whole feature film industry. What I do is mostly something really cinematographic, because I like in my work doing this kind of tribute to the cinema in general. It never happened. No, really, I think there is not enough time in a day. There is not enough hours in a day to do what I would like to do, honestly. And no, I always got ideas, and my only wish is to just finish and do my thing, finish my stuff. But yep, I have always ideas, always inspiration to make something. My first step is always sketching things, because it's a way for me to just anticipate what I can do on this project. So I sketch a lot about composition, about colors too, and I try to find a lot of reference and start designing, start sketching. Since I'm a really small kid, really. When I was kid and also teenager, I always watch sci-fi movie like, for instance, Blade Runner in 1992, all this kind of classic movie like 2001: The Space Odyssey and Alien, for instance, from the director Ridley Scott. Yeah, I watched all those movies when I was kid, and I think it's come from there. A lot of from video game too, because I played a lot when I was a kid and teenager, and I think it gave me this taste for the science fiction, imaginary world, and I think I try to build this kind of world since I'm a kid. What I do is overpaint, so I paint over 3D render. So basically, for concept art, I use quite the same software that I used in 3D for motion design, for instance, like Cinema 4D and Octane Render, and mostly Photoshop for sure. This is the software I use the most, Photoshop. I learned 3D just by myself as a self-taught artist with the internet, I guess. We are in this period where there is a lot of tutorials on the internet, and this is really cool because you can just teach yourself something, and that's kind of what I did with the 3D. So with Cinema 4D first, and afterward I learned a lot of softwares like ZBrush, 3D Coat, Substance Painter, really a lot of softwares. Maybe it's animated movie from Japan. I would say Akira, but I have a lot of favorite movies. I can say 2001: The Space Odyssey. I can say Matrix. I can say Blade Runner. I can say a lot of films, but mainly it's science fiction. No Signal is a short film I decided to make just because at this period I was a bit bored about my classic professional stuff, and I would like to find something close to my own reference, which is science fiction, and I start making No Signal in this way. So this is just a way for me to make a nice film that I really love, and a film closer to my reference. So Ashtorp began a kind of short film, a fan fiction, a fan short film about Star Wars, because he loves Star Wars since he is a kid, me too. And he asked me to be the art director of his film. Basically, it's doing concept art for his film. So I did it, and once I show my work to him, he was really amazed by the work, and we had I had a lot of fun to work with. So he's my friend. We are friends, and that's cool. So we decided from this to do a painting series of Star Wars just for fun, just for learning about concept art, and just to practice concept art. So we start this series of painting for Star Wars just for fun. We love the Star Wars universe. We think it's a huge playground for a lot of kind of mood, of tone, of atmosphere, of cinematography. So we decided to do 20-25 painting around Star Wars, and yeah, just enjoy it. It's just for fun and for learning. So a lot of my influence come from Japanese animated film, and I most of those films are was were released in the 90s and before. Like, for instance, Akira was released in 87, and that's fun because I saw all those movies, all this culture really really young, and but my parents let me just watch those movies because I think they believed that it's a kid movie in France, mostly because I think because of Dragon Ball or Senseiya and stuff like this. But in fact, those movies are really, really adult, and they really, really influence me as a kid to just yes, those movies um, drive my taste back back then, this period. Basically, I just post on Instagram, Behance, or Station just what I do daily, and I have not no really filter or something. When I do something, I just post it to get to share with people and just to get advice too, and it's really 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 cool to share with people. I never share my professional work just because it's not that I don't want to share professional work. That just I signed a lot of confidentiality contracts, and I just can't share my work for years. But I keep doing my personal stuff. I think it makes me grow, and I think it's really really important to keep going, with personal stuff and personal project, and that's what that basically what I share on social media. Basically, I work a lot. Like I pass 8 to 10 hours to work with clients, and the evening and the weekend I do my personal stuff. Just in my in my waste time, I work with personal stuff. Why? Because I really feel I just can't stop my mind, and I want to do something every time. I want to, yes, to experiment. Sometimes I see an image, I see something, a composition in my head, and I just want to do it. So, yeah, but I keep my really a rhythm, to work, and ouais, c'est tout. Nobody is especially, it just I think it's really important to collaborate with people with the close inspiration to you, or maybe not, but it's important, I think, to collaborate with friends, to collaborate healthy and have fun to doing things together. I have no special guy in mind, but yeah, surely I could collaborate with everyone. It depends on how we see things, and how we can build something solid and we both enjoy the same way. Good question. I think I'm, I do what I do, for too long time to just remember what I would like to do without doing art. I always wanted doing art. So it's kind of a really, really complicated question for me. I think if I don't do art, I think I would do astronaut probably. I think my next step will be just to continue what I do, what I love. That I feel lucky to do what I do because I love it, and my next step is just to continue growing, learning, and that's all. That's everything I wish for me. So yep, just continue doing what I love. I would say thank you to the Motion Plus Design, just to give to artists like us the opportunity to just express themselves and share the work with the community, which is really, really, really great, I think.